Now, as a cyclist, one of the things that I'm told all the time is that cyclists never obey the rules. We don't stop at stop signs. We just don't know how to obey the rules of the road. It's always the thing that people are telling me that we don't do. We're rebels, I guess. We're radicals. And then something like this happens. And I have to tell you, it took me all day at work today to calm down from it. And I was editing the video to post on my social media. And as I'm looking through the footage, my heart starts racing again because it feels like it's traumatizing me all over again. See what this guy's gonna do here. I have the right of way here. I have the right of way. Yes, awesome. So here's a little piece of advice that I have for you. If you're a cyclist and you feel like you need to protect yourself by running a camera, which a lot of cyclists in my community do now, I need to tell you the side effects of that, or the consequences, is that when you have an encounter that's aggressive and scary, editing it to post on social media kind of brings up all those feelings again. And in fact, I feel like the feelings are even stronger the second time around, because when you're in the moment, you know you're going to be okay, because you have this survival instinct that guides you to do the things that you do. I mean, I knew that worst case scenario, I was going slow enough that I could pull over onto the sidewalk. I think I could. That's the survival instinct in me, right? But when you're reliving it, you realize just how unnecessary that was. And all that really took was for him to stop for a second and make me feel like I was safe. And as a woman, I already feel like my safety is constantly at stake. I feel like I'm constantly checking my surroundings to see if I'm okay. Is it safe for me to go? Is that guy across the street gonna make a left hook and not see me? Is it safe for me to take this path at this time of night? Is it safe for me to go into this building by myself, to take the elevator by myself? And now here I am on a road where I have the right of way, and yet what was it that he treated me as? Did he treat me like a second-class citizen, or did he treat me like an obstacle? And to be quite honest, I felt like I was less than an obstacle, because an obstacle would have been treated with more dignity than what this man did, stopping at a stop sign. Who knew? Sometimes as cyclists, and actually most of the time, we do things to protect ourselves from drivers because we don't know what they're thinking. Half the time we can't even see who they are because the windows are tinted. We wave and we thank a driver when they let us pass. We thank drivers when they stop at crosswalks for us to get through. Like, thank you for not killing me. Thank you for being human. Thank you for treating me like a human. What is happening? Has it always been like this and I just haven't known about it? I'm asking because I don't know the answer. Did the pandemic and the lockdown and the uncertainty all make us feel like we just had to fend for ourselves? We had to be selfish instead of loving and caring and empathetic? instead we had to just take care of number one, as they say. And did that fear and uncertainty just stay? We forgot to share the space, enjoy what it feels like to go on a bike ride with our kids? Or was it inevitable that this car dependency, this kind of world that we live in, was going to encapsulate us all in our bubbles, and we would forget to love each other and interact with each other and be kind to each other? Because I'll tell you what, we had a meeting last night where there were 27 bike people all together. And even though we don't always agree with each other, if we find that we're starting to disagree too much, start just talking about our bikes, or about a new route we found, or we talk about a bike lane that was just built, or a group ride we're gonna go on, or somebody we know who got a new bike or got over the fear of riding on the road. Whatever it is, we have this community that really sticks together. And it makes me wonder too, we work so hard to be safe. We advocate for safe streets for pedestrians, for cyclists, for all vulnerable road users. And even when we have a little bit of buy-in from city officials, it still feels like we're swimming upstream. Hi, thank you. So add that to the list of things we have to deal with, you know? Feeling unsafe on the roads because we're the little guy. Sorry, I didn't want to scare you. And advocating for safe infrastructure. Why do we keep going? Why don't we all just move to the Netherlands? Why don't we all just move to Denmark? Why don't we all just create our own little city where we don't have to deal with cars? More importantly, why do we keep riding these bikes? Why don't we just get a bus pass? Why don't we just buy a car? And I'll tell you what it isn't. It's not the money. You know it's not the money because you have 12 bikes. Or you have a really expensive e-bike. Or a really expensive gravel bike that's worth more than 12 bikes. So maybe you started it because it was the money. You started it because you didn't want to pay for parking downtown. Is it the mental health? Maybe some people get a kick out of going for walks or running. So is it the only reason? But I think we both know the answer here. And at the risk of sounding crass, forgive me for saying this, but I think the answer is between my legs. When I get on my bike, it takes about 3 rotations on the pedal for me to feel this thing that I can't explain. This freedom that I feel when I ride my bike. That if someone told me tomorrow that I couldn't do it anymore, jeez, you guys, this is why these impromptu videos don't work. Put an emotional person on a live camera and give her a mic, right? But if for whatever reason someone told me that I just couldn't ride my bike anymore, I think they might as well tell me, well, you're done with oxygen now. Or, well, the sun, you know, it's really not for you anymore. I know, that's a bit dramatic, isn't it? But think about it. What would happen to you if someone told you that you just couldn't ride your bike anymore? Is it something you do, or is it something you are? Hey, how are you? So the next time that you have a confrontation with a driver, which will happen, you ride a bike often enough in North America, and it's gonna happen. Just remember that your bike isn't just your vehicle. Your bike isn't a sport. Your bike connects you to a community. It connects you to other people. It connects you to yourself. And it connects your body to your mind. And no matter how awful your interaction is with a driver, short of a fatality, your bike is always going to be able to restore that sense of happiness that no one can take away from you. So thank you for your patience watching this video today. It was completely unscripted, but these are things I have on my mind all the time. I know you've heard the drill. If you could like and subscribe to my channel, this helps the video show up in other people's feeds and it gets the message out. Feel free to share it with someone that you think might benefit and might need a little encouragement to keep riding their bikes. My name is Patty, and I am the bicycle mayor of Winnipeg, Winnipeg's first bicycle mayor. And my mission is to normalize riding a bike. My mission is also to help Bike Winnipeg in advocating for the completion of our bike network here in Winnipeg. But I've also made it my side mission this year to help create safe bike routes for people to get around the city. So check out the playlist with bike routes and see what I've posted on there. I'm going to be posting a ton more as soon as I have a chance. And I'd love your feedback. I'd love for you to tell me what other routes you'd like to see. And leave me some comments if you'd like. Be nice. You know it's hard enough in real life. Let's not be mean online. Oh, and if you're ever riding by a golf course, make sure to ring your bell. They just love that shit.